This is the perfect time to start a side hustle, and this is also the perfect time to start a podcast about starting a side hustle. Kick it. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. This is the Living My Side Hustle podcast.
But yeah, it's great to see you, John.
Yes.
Thank you for taking time for us tonight. So John, how did this all start for you? What was the first thing you did, and what was the idea behind starting something like this?
Well, yeah, I've always been like the name's right there. I've always been a hockey guy ever since I was a kid, and not to make it too long a story, I guess when I was 6 years old, my brother was drafted by the Minnesota North Stars and proceeded to have a minor league career with a few games with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and so.
Oh wow!
And I was 6 years old, so I'm like, wow, I get to watch this pro hockey and go down and visit the cities where he's playing and practice with the team, go in the press box, and so it kind of shaped my early interest in hockey. That's for sure. I always played at a high level. It turned out I was pretty good too, and played, AAA hockey in Toronto and Junior A hockey in Toronto and provincial Junior A, and was drafted by the Windsor Spitfire. So I was always like a hockey guy. It was hockey culture in my family, hockey, and so later coaching, managing my kids, whatever. So I ended up saving a bunch of sticks. I wake up one day 8 years ago and I've got 40, 50 sticks in my garage. I want to build something. I always wanted to build a coffee table. Built the coffee table. Everyone liked it. And I've basically continued from there. That's the kind of the genesis of it. Now I'm selling 10, 15 different products, and things are going well. That's how I got started. Always interested in hockey. Saved my own sticks and built a keepsake, and then kind of kept going from there.
So is this considered like a side thing for you, or do you do this full time? Or do you have a regular full-time job and this is like your...
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely my part-time job. I'm still working full-time. I'm an urban planner, in the city, and so, but really with COVID, when I started with you in the store 2 years ago, March of 2020, when everyone got shut down, I'm in my bungalow in Toronto with my wife and two daughters, and we're all working from here, and we don't have enough internet and so on and so forth. And so the evenings comes around. Well, what are you gonna do? So I went out to the garage and I started building, and I joke that I haven't come out of the garage since March of 2020. I've been building a lot of stuff. It's cold in the winter, it's hot in the summer, but it gives me, I guess, an outlet to get out of everybody's hair and be creative and do something that I enjoy. Time goes quickly when I'm out there.
So it's rewarding to have something on the side that kind of is a passion project, something that you enjoy doing. It's not really, it's a lot of work, obviously, to do what you're doing, but it's not your full-time job. So you have that as kind of a deflection, right, from your everyday responsibilities and everything you're doing for your regular full-time job. And it's just this nice little side thing. You can work when you want to. You don't want to work, you don't need to work, right? But it sounds like you're getting busier over time.
Yeah, you're funny. You make me think, because I am getting busier, and sometimes I don't really like it when I have too many orders that I have to fill. Kind of the best time is, or maybe the most fun project that you work on is something that's not been ordered for somebody, something that you just want to do, whether you like the idea of it, you like the colors, you like the team, because I do a lot of NHL team theme things. So for example, I'm working on a couple of California Golden Seals items right now. You may remember or not, the California Golden Seals were a team in the 1970s, when I was a kid. They were terrible. They haven't existed for a long time. Everyone liked their colors. They're green and yellow and white, and they had white skates. They were very famous for the white skates. So I'm doing some California Golden Seal stuff right now. I think that'll go over well with older people who remember the Seals. So yeah, I'm doing all kinds of different things. Doing some Team Canada stuff. I'm doing some Team USA stuff. I'm doing all kinds of different theme stuff. Maybe even mixing in some other sports, like some golf clubs, as you know, and maybe some baseball items. And so yeah, we'll see where I go next. Who knows?
It's exciting. And this is not just a local thing in Toronto, right? You are growing, have your audience, and you're shipping to different places outside of Ontario and outside of your area. So, like, tell us about growing that way as well.
Sure. Well, I mean, when I started, I was just thinking, and when I started, I don't know much about business. I didn't have a business plan. I just started to build, and so if you start from the beginning. You were the first store that I was in. I'm in three other stores now, one in Toronto, one in Victoria Harbour, and one in Gravenhurst. And they all sell well, different things sell well at the different stores. But I also sell a lot on Kijiji, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'm able to reach the kind of international audience, particularly the States. And so I do sell to a lot of hockey crazy families in the States, mostly in the northeastern, snowy states. And I was recently just telling you that I made my first overseas sale. I guess it was in the fall. I sent something to a fellow in Taiwan who used to live in Montreal. So I have a number of inquiries from Germany and other countries. So I mean, if somebody wants to pay the shipping, I'll send them a product.
That's really good. That's encouraging, right? When you're out there working in the garage, you're thinking, what could this side hustle become?
Yeah.
It's you're seeing the results. You're seeing people come back with great feedback on a great product that you make, which is great. I think that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the feedback has been quite good. And well, like you in your store, what I really appreciate, frankly, is a repeat customer. And so, because you've done a good job with the first product or products you've made for them. And so I'm starting to get people coming back now for whatever other items for their rec room or man cave or woman cave. And because a lot of my customers are women, I get more women buying than men. So I have to be kind of aware of who I'm selling to. Yeah, I do. I don't know, maybe 60-70% of my customers are women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit, yeah, the repeat customer is my favorite kind of customer.
Yeah. And I love the uniqueness of what you're making. It's great products.
Yeah, thank you. And one of the things I like too is, even if I do a product again and again and again, it's never the same because you do different sticks, different colored sticks, different trim, different colored trim, different hooks, different pucks. It's never exactly the same. And so that I like.
It's amazing.
One of the things that sell well for me directly from home, from my garage, are larger, and primarily coffee tables and benches sell well for me. If people find me online and they do a special team theme, or they do a special, they provide their sticks if they're living close to me and say, can you do a keepsake? So coffee tables are my most favorite things to do. They're the easiest. They're easiest on my body, and I just like there's a good bang for the work there. It looks nice. It's big. It's colorful. That's my favorite thing. Is the coffee tables.
Awesome.
That's good. So if somebody was out there, John, and they wanted to create their own business, their own side hustle, what kind of advice would you give them as far as just starting out, and they don't have a business plan, they don't have everything figured out, but they want to start? What would you suggest to them?
Wow, that's a question that I wasn't expecting, because I'm not really a business person, and I kind of still don't consider myself a business person. I consider myself just a guy in this garage kind of fooling around making stuff. So I honestly, my advice would be just to, if you have an idea of something that you think you would like to do, and or you think somebody else would like the look of it, make it. See if you can, see what people think, get the feedback, see if you can sell it. I've had good luck contacting stores, and frankly, some of the stores that I'm in, they contacted me because they saw my stuff online. So I'd say the online presence is very important. I'm not great with the technology, but if you can take a picture of your stuff and put it on social media to sell, then that's a good start. And so, yeah, if you have any idea, there's tons of interesting things that I've seen. Given some of the groups I'm involved in, a group called Hockey Homemade or Hockey Small Business, for example. All kinds of whatever, lanyards, glasses, personalized pucks, T-shirts, flags that people make all over the place. It's amazing. Well, you're in the business. You see all kinds of interesting things that people make. So if you have an idea, something you want to try it. I bet you it'll work out. That's my advice.
Yeah. And so you have people buying, like you mentioned, people shopping and buying things from you, and they're not here in Toronto. They're not here in Ontario. So how are most of your customers outside of your area finding you then? Is it through social media?
Oh, for sure. As I said,
Okay.
Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, and Instagram. Not very much Kijiji for whatever reason, but Facebook Marketplace and Instagram are my two go-tos. My daughter's actually built me a website for Christmas, which I don't have up and running yet. I think that will work well.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, you'd be surprised. That would be my advice to anyone who's listening: is that if you go on Facebook Marketplace, there's a group for pretty much anything. If you like Doug and the Slugs or Men Without Hats or the Beatles, there's groups that like those bands. If you like hockey stick furniture, there's a group of people that like that. If you like baseball hats, there's a group that people, and so if I think there's a group of like-minded people that you can find and perhaps sell to.
Mm-hmm. That's really smart. That's really good.
Cool.
So what are some of your future plans?
Yeah.
What are some of your future plans for you and for your side hustle?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I mean, right now, I'm just happy to kind of gotten over the Christmas rush because I was awful busy at Christmas. I had to turn away a few people, which I didn't like doing, but I couldn't guarantee them by Christmas. So then spilling over to January and February, I've cleaned some stuff up and I still have a few things to work on. So I am planning on continuing to refresh my stores like yours as they sell items. So I kind of have to have stuff on available. Last summer I did a few marketplaces. So I did you've done them. I did one full week. I did a weekend and I did a day at different places. So the place that I did a week, the Muskoka Shipyards in Gravenhurst, was good, and I'm booking another week there. So that requires, dozens of items to be ready.
Yeah.
So I'll start building for that is what I'll do. And of course, I have a summer cottage myself, so I gotta have some fun in the summer. So I build on the weekends, but not as much as I do in the winter.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, kind of stockpile some inventory then in preparing for the future dates and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, you never really have enough, I find, because you never have enough.
So you said the website will be coming in the future. That's a nice addition as well.
Yeah, I wonder where that will take me. And I've also considered going on other websites. I haven't, for example, Etsy or I guess eBay, but Etsy in particular, right, where I guess you pay a portion of your proceeds right to the website. The other ones that I'm on, so far are free of charge. So,
but then just having your own website, you're going to open a door, John, to a lot of people checking out your stuff, and I don't know, you're going to get even busier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I am a little bit nervous about that because it's part time for me, and I'm enjoying it, and it's probably just about the right level of busyness for me now. Mm-hmm. And I think I told you I'm happy because I think I'm clearing some stuff up this week, and then I can do what I want, or just experiment a little bit. And so we'll see. You'll see how. I don't want to get too busy. You're right. Although I do have maybe retirement coming in a few years, so we'll see. I'll have to decide if I want to go both feet in at that time.
The nice thing about having a side hustle, though, is that if it does end up being something in the future, you've started it now. You're not going to wait until you retire and then start a side hustle, right? You've kind of built this up over time. You can kind of see how it goes. And if it works out well and you're enjoying it, it could lead into something for you in a retirement situation. Right. But like I said, you're not waiting and then starting new, right? You have this in your back pocket and you can grow it as you want. You can slow down as you want. You're in control of this right now.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And so without being too specific, like a few years ago, my prices were a little lower. Now they're a little higher, and that's fine. And, I give you pick and choose a little bit what you want to do, what projects you want to work on. You don't have to take every person's, not order, but their ideas. If they, some people may call me with an idea where they want to build something very unusual, and I'll say, I'm too busy to take, to experiment, by doing that. I'm sorry. Because I do have, a full line of, 10, 12, 14 products that I already make that keeps me busy. So, it's nice to to be in control of it, as you say, a little bit. Your choice.
So the best way to for somebody to get in touch with you, if they have a special project, they got some sticks to donate to you, they just want to meet you and talk to you, what's the best way for somebody to reach out to John Lyon?
Well, I guess the easiest way to remember is to reach me on Instagram with the handle at the hockey stick guy, one word. So that's easy to remember. If they're watching this podcast, they can write it down on Instagram, or of course they can contact you at the store if they know Upcycle Canada in St. Catharines as well. But without a website yet, yeah, at the hockey stick guy on Instagram is the best way to reach me, and a lot of people do reach me on Instagram and from all over North America.
Well, now they're going to hear you on a podcast too, so we might get you a few more customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm ready. I'm excited. Springtime, I'm hoping is going to be good, and yeah, people. I sound corny, but people say to me, like you. I mean, you're a vendor. People who, in their homes, they say, thanks for doing that, and I say, it's no problem. I love doing it. And they send me pictures of their little boy or girl with the item that I've made for them. It's a huge kick out of it. I get a huge kick out of it. So. A lot of fun.
Yes. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
And we're going to have everybody come to see you.
Thank you. I'm enjoyed it. Yeah, well, thank you. With the COVID restrictions loosening and springtime coming, I expect. I mean, all businesses, I think, will do much better upcoming. It's very, very exciting times.
Yeah. We wish you well, John. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.